Why are you yelling at me, Tux? Why? No, don't yell at me, please. A Wild Harley, hello, says, hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am indeed having a pretty decent day. So Railroad Corporation 2 is developed by Corby Games and published by Iceberg Interactive. The description on Steam reads, "The 20th century heralds the new age of electrification for the railroad and a new opportunity to make your fortune. Build your corporation carefully as you deploy modern electric and diesel locomotives, lay new tracks, transport goods and passengers, and stay ahead of the competition." It was released in February of this year. And I received a review game key, I guess. A review key? Is it a review key? Whatever. I received a game key from Player Found ages and ages ago, and have not yet actually played it. Mr. Cupholder, hello! Says, hey, Sylvia, Tux in chat, happy hump day. Indeed, happy hump day to you as well. So in true fashion, we're going to look at the options first, and there actually aren't a lot. There's an insane number of, well, not insane, I've seen more actually, but there is a reasonable range of graphics settings. Sound settings are pretty straightforward. Controls are non-existent, and content settings, we don't have any choices there. So the control schematics does not make me very happy, as you can imagine. We can't remap keys, we're stuck with WASD, and I don't love that, as anybody who's been around for very long knows, but I can deal with it. So I thought we would go through this sandbox with tutorial elements scenario rather than the campaign, just because I think that would give us a bit of an opportunity to sort of explore, get a little bit deeper into the game than we might with the campaign. Or you can go over here and sort of generate your own scenario, that's pretty cool. So the campaign scenario is North Subjugation. It says, while America's first transcontinental railroad was built and being operated intensively, the north regions of the continent remained untouched and became a great opportunity for investors. Lead a business expansion of new territories and make your new railroad corporation a story of a success. So you've got some scenario options. You can have no deadlines, optional tasks only, plenty of time, moderate time frames, or strict deadlines. You can choose your difficulty level and you can choose your reward level, which, I mean, if you're playing single player, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I kind of feel like if you choose an easy scenario objective, you should get a small reward. Like, you shouldn't be able to say easy, significant reward. That feels very unbalanced, but apparently you can. The sandbox with tutorial elements. Jump into a relaxed sandbox mission designed to help you learn the basics. This scenario lets you explore the game's main mechanics, even though some features are disabled for this specific mission. Oh, that's a shame. Take your time experimenting, trying things out, and learning at your own pace with light guidance along the way. The map includes large natural resource reserves, giving you plenty of space to build, expand, and test strategies without worrying about shortages. Scenario features objectives and endless mode. Map size is medium, you're in a winter biome, you have 0 AI opponents. Or you've just got straight up sandbox. Autumn Journey. Play this scenario to explore the mechanics of Railroad Corporation 2. This scenario will let you build railroads, bridges, tunnels and slopes, purchase locomotives, establish your office, develop departments, hire staff, construct train stations, manage production facilities, transport cargo and more. But also there is multiplayer in it. They had written it AD, I think I wrote it AS, yeah, it was weird, it was a weird phrasing, it was ASWD QERF. Very weird, very strange. Is this even playable? I mean, WASD is still ASD, WD. You're just listing them in a different order. But at first I was like, wait, hang on, is this Azerty? But no. Yes, Tux is doing that thing he does where he is a very well-behaved little munchkin until I start streaming. So yeah, let's just try the tutorial sandboxy thing. Let's see what this game is all about. We start our cooperation among the frozen lakes, railroads, locomotives, massive transportation. Everything will be new to the people living here. We start with a small office, hoping it will grow to a large network. We believe that a heavy industry will bring prosperity to these lands. Our company will attract investments, locals will get jobs, businessmen will get profit, the county will get taxes, and the economy will develop faster. Everybody wins. Except we're going to decimate the environment while we're at it. What? I'm intrigued that they say railroads and then locomotives. Why don't we just say trains? What is the difference between locomotives and trains? Capitalists win more, they do. Okay, to begin operations in this region, you have to set up your company's office first. Let's choose a settlement in which productions can offer either coal ore, grain, or wood. These commodities are widely consumed in other settlements, thus we can easily earn some money by selling them. Settlements where the office can be established are marked with the office icon on the minimap. Okay. The selected settlement will be your starting point, your base. Keep in mind that larger and better developed cities charge higher construction taxes for any new building in the city. Your new office is not an exception. Once your office is built, it will provide you with some extra advantages in this settlement. I see. Well, let's pause. The locomotive is part of a train, but a train has more than just... Oh, the locomotive is just the engine part? That's why, yeah, Gilnox said the same thing. Hello, Gilnox. Welcome in. Happy hump day. ASWD isn't even order in up, down, left, right order. ASWD is left, down, up, right. It's not even in order they physically arranged on the keyboard. What is this, Napsa? Napsa, it's okay. It's okay. Move on. Move on. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Hey, Kerbeck says, yeah, this is going to bug you all stream, isn't it? Exactly. Pazara, hello. The ASWD is designed to annoy people. Looks like it's doing its job. Yes. Yes, exactly. It's unreasonable. Napsa's like, this game is unplayable. You have a stupid key binding listing. Alright, so what have we got? We've got to operate a rail, set up an office first. Select a town. Okay, and then we've got list of cities... Contracts, list of stations owned by your company, railroad station constructing, list of trains owned by your company, railroad construction, remove track, semaphore construction. Wait, we're running on semaphore? Interesting. We have 2 million money. Highlight electrified tracks or their height levels. Select a city on a map and build your office. Not all cities allow you to build an office. Okay, Shawnee's kind of a large city, but I kind of feel like a coal ore city might be better, given that we're running trains. We're going to want some of that coal for ourselves, I would presume. So that leaves us with Shawnee or Pasadena. Wait, isn't Pasadena in California? So how big are you? You're a little one. Trains been running on semaphore since 19th century. Yeah, but semaphore requires a person to stand there with waving signs. It's like... But they've got a traffic light symbol. That's electric lights. We don't have somebody standing there with people waving signs anymore on trains, Wanderer. Band of Dance, hello. You grew up near Pasadena? Yeah, this is an interesting combination of towns. Train semaphore isn't the person and flag thing. What's the person and flag thing called then? Because I thought that was what semaphore was. I'm confused now. Semaphore, apparatus for signalling from ancient Greek, mark, sign, token, and Greek phoros, bearer, carrier, is the use of an apparatus to create a visual signal transmitted over distance. Semaphore can be formed with devices including fire. Oh, okay, so it's like it's a broader category than I understood semaphore to be. People with flags. I didn't realise that there was a overarching category. I thought that was the actual definition of both that word and that message of method of communication. Category trains are cats. No, you can't pet the train. We might do supplies coal 15 ton, carriage loading 1.6 seconds. Yeah, we might go with let's set up in Pasadena. Establish an office here. Our most common semaphore is electrical in the form of traffic lights. Yeah, I would never have. To me, that's just signage. I thought, yeah. Anyway, we've been over this. I thought semaphore was the waving flag thing. So what's the waving flag thing called then? That's a whole language. It's like Morse code. They've got there's a whole system on what colour flags they use and what positions they put it in. What's that called if it's not semaphore? Okay, but the flag waving thing can't just be a version of semaphore. It has to have a name. It's a whole language. Morse code has a name. Braille has a name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll look it up later. You can absolutely pet a train at least once. No, it has to have a name. I'm going to go look it up. Because you cannot tell me a system of communication that has an entire lexicon of if you hold them in this position it means this, and if you hold them in that position it means that, doesn't have an actual name. It's called flag semaphore. Are you shitting me? Wow. Can we maybe have just like a little bit more imagination in our... This is why I thought semaphore meant this, because it is called semaphore. It's just called flag semaphore. Like, that's a distinction that has meaning. We need more imagination in our naming of things, I think. Let's have that. Let's have that. More imagination. Shall we rename it, chat? Shall we decide to call it something else? The disappointment in my voice is, I am so disappointed. That is the most boring. That is the most boring thing. It's a whole language. It's like sign language. Although in fairness, sign language also has kind of boring names. The American Sign Language is literally called American Sign Language, or shortened to ASL. The Australian Sign Language is literally called Auslan, which is just Australia language smushed together. So, yeah, okay. We're not very imaginative with naming things. Liara, my goodness, thank you very much for the gift subscription to Gilnox. I missed that. I was getting on my soapbox about boring naming. Boring nomenclature. But thank you very much. Obsessing about semaphore is okay, but obsessing about ASWD is not. No, I didn't say it wasn't okay. I said that you were definitely stuck there for the minute. But you don't want to get stuck, Napsa. You reading about semaphore types? Ah, drat, the stream cut out. Wait, did it? Oh, right, because your thing refreshed, I see. Mr. Cupholder says, heck no, don't rename it. Right now I'm studying for my CCNA and I don't need that much made harder because people want to use imagination about how to name things. You could read it as Australian Sign Language if you like. True. It's still just Australian Sign Language smushed down, which is, again, not very imaginative. The flashing light naval ships use is also called semaphore, but it uses Morse code. Is that by any chance called Morse semaphore, or like Morse lit semaphore, or something equally inane? You want it named like Tiffany or something? No, not necessarily Tiffany, but just something. Anything. I mean, we call the study of language linguistics. That's interesting. It's probably based in Latin, but you know, it's interesting. It's called signalling using a flasher. Well, all I can say to that is, make sure you provide context as to what a flasher is, because otherwise you will find yourself dealing with, you know, people in trench coats standing on train lines and opening up their trench coats to signal the trains. You're going to have a nap, Liara. Isn't it a bit early for a nap? Might enjoy learning the sign language name in that sign language. I actually do know the sign for Auslan in Auslan. I don't think I know the sign for ASL in ASL, unless it is literally the letters ASL, in which case, yes, I can also do that. Wanderer, please don't break Mr. Cupholder. Please, please don't break Mr. Cupholder. Firefly Bug says, from the disambiguation, Semaphore, South Australia, a historic seaside suburb of Adelaide, Semaphore railway line. Adelaide, a closed railway line. We have a location in South Australia that's called Semaphore? Well, that's confusing. I'm off to perform Semaphore in Semaphore. It's a conspiracy designed entirely to annoy people who want them to have different names. Yes, it is. Hundreds of years from now, when languages evolve, people will still be referring to things as how we refer to them, unimaginatively, and go, oh, well, that's interesting, because it's boring, but not in their language. Yeah, like Latin. Exactly. There is a desert in Australia that is called the Nullarbor Plain, which is a really interesting sounding name until you realise it's Latin and it literally just means there are no trees here. No tree plain. That's what that means. Nullarbor Plain. No trees. No trees plain. You're making up a song, Liara. Lovely. Manaway always wanted to learn sign language, but obviously it would be the European one. Is there a European one? I'm pretty sure you'll find there is a Danish sign language. There are almost as many sign languages as there are spoken languages. There's no E. There's no E on Nullarbor, but yes. Nothing, Arizona. Hell, MI. What's MI? Minneapolis? No, that's a city. MI. Mississippi? No, I have no idea. I can't remember what your states are. Michigan. There we go, thank you. Arctic, bears here. Yeah, true! Arctos is bear, isn't it? Yeah. If you do learn one, have a look at what related sign languages is in the same family. Oh, if you might get more overlaps than you expect. Yeah. Do you know what's interesting is that in Auslan, and I think also in British Sign Language, there's some overlap with American Sign Language, and it makes me wonder, like, is this like a chicken and the egg? Which came first? Who stole from whom? Oak Tree, hello, hello. Truck trains. At the moment, we're not playing a game. We're just having a conversation. No trees means it is free of drop bears, at least. That is true. That is true. Nullarbor, yeah, null arbor, just smooshed together, exactly. Your Selphia sub song goes a little like this. I'm thinking of gifting a sub after my evening nap. I'm thinking of getting my card right after payday comes in. Not many fishless left in the sea. Not many fishless, but here's one for me. Okay. Fair enough. Don't let me stand in the way of creativity. Hell really is in Michigan, though. It's a suburb of Detroit. Well, that's interesting because Hell's Kitchen is in Manhattan. In Manhattan? No, it's in one of the other boroughs, isn't it? In New York City. Confusing for you as well, Gilnox? Well, thank you very much for the hype train. That was a bit random. You used to speak Latin back before high school. You got no idea why you learned it. It seemed interesting, but since no one actually spoke it, you kind of let it go. Same with Tolkien's High Elf language. Yes, Latin's not a spoken language anymore, but it is still utilised in many ways. Selphia was originally in one of the Tolkien Elvish. The spelling's changed multiple times since then, but anyway. Oak Tree says, today's bonus Wednesday pungent menu. Broiled meat pilaf, egg flambe, hot pasta muffin. Hot pasta muffin? Well, alright. I want to try that. There's modified sign languages in VR where you often don't have full hand dexterity. Like in... You mean virtual reality? That's awesome. Time for Napsa to go catch a train. A kind of train. A tram. Travel safe, Napsa. But yeah, I did a semester of Auslan before I had to stop for one reason. I can't remember why. But the woman who was teaching it, she was a hearing person who married a hereditary deaf man. And she was telling us that like people who are born deaf, people who are in the deaf community, the way they approach communication is very different from the way hearing people do. Like they went on holiday to America and she translated for him. But when they went on holiday to France, he couldn't quite wrap his head around why she couldn't also translate for him there. And she was saying that when a hearing person who primarily communicates via spoken word, you try to communicate with people in spoken words, even if you don't share a language in common. So if you go travelling overseas and you're looking for the nearest toilet, for example, you might approach a local and go, where's the toilet? Toilette? And you try to think of any language word you've ever encountered that might mean toilet. Whereas someone in the deaf community will just walk up to someone and do, you know, the thing that kids do when they really need to pee, and they kind of put their hands down in front of their crutch and jump up and down. And then she was like, my husband just walked up to someone and did that gesture, and then like sort of shake his hands side to side going where, looking panicked, and the person knew exactly what he was asking. It was like, oh yeah, pointed. The hearing person doesn't even think to try that. They just keep trying to find words. Cat. Kitty. Zedrector, hello. Your favourite fact about the Nullarbor Plain is that its traditional language name translates to no water. So everyone had the same sorts of ideas looking at it, yeah. This is a place that has nothing. If a ram T-posed, would it be a T-ram? Could be, could be. Thing we found here is one of the major ways of naming things, like Nevada meaning snowy, Colorado meaning red, like the rocks, or Baton Rouge, Louisiana, named after a red pole that was there early on. Wow! In Te Reo Maori, names for places tend to be descriptive of what they are. Waimate, a town not far south of you, is derived from wai meaning water and mate meaning bad. They called it this because it was downstream of where they did their washing. Oh wow, that's awesome. Pronunciation is roughly Waimate. Okay, I didn't do too badly then. Cat! Exactly. You like Mount Maunganui, meaning mountain. Was it Salford Sal was telling us about a place that is basically named Hill. Because, like, I don't know, the Nords took over from the local tribe, and the local tribe had called it Nords and Hill, and the Nords said, what do you call it? And they said Hill in their own language, so the Nords named it Hill in Nordic, and then the tribal name for Hill, and then someone took it over from the Nords, and it was something about that. A lot of places around there have French names for historical reasons which the locals pronounce awfully. Oak Tree? Oh dear. Wait, where are you based, Oak Tree? I don't think I know that, like country-wise, if you don't mind my asking. East Timor renamed to Timor-Leste from East-East to East-East. The Grand Teton Mountains are named because they look like Grand... I don't know what on earth is Teton? I don't even know what that means. Stop using words I don't know, chat. We've talked about this. You butchered it intentionally in your head. Way mate. That's the way the Aussies would read it. Torpenhow Hill. That's the one, Dragon Garland, yeah. You're in Western Pennsylvania in the USA. Aha! Why are there French names in Western Pennsylvania? Or is that another area of Creole influence? Breasts, basically. Oh, okay. Liara's favourite Maori place name is Wangamatar. Wanga means bay, and Matar refers to a hard stone, specifically the obsidian that washes up. Oh, nice. Okay, we can be less perambulous with our correspondence. Thank you, Zen Tractor. Appreciate that. Tetons are basically translated to teats or breasts. Okay. So Wangamatar roughly means obsidian bay, which is actually pretty dope. That is pretty dope. French had trading posts in the area up through the 7 Years' War. Aha! I see. DC, thank you very much for the shout out. The game has lost confidence in me to such a degree that it's actually stopped playing music. Let's do a thing. You have constructed your headquarters. Headquarters is always plural, even when it's singular. Don't ask me. I just live here. In Pasadena, industry in this city supplies coal ore. Supply is always marked with a green square. Coal ore supply. To start transporting coal ore to other cities, you have to build a train station first. Train stations should be built within settlement borders. Also, let me know how the audio levels are for the game. I did set them, but they might be off. We might need the music louder or quieter or something. Build your first train station in Pasadena. Okay. Oh, hey, that's me. Can I not be an old man with a moustache? Can I not be that? I would like to not be an old man with a moustache. Excuse me? Squeeze me? No? No? Okay. I am an old man with a moustache. Well, and a beard. Jowl's beard? More like an F. Oh, that's interesting, because usually W's are pronounced like W, or in other Germanic-based languages, they're pronounced like a V sound. Liara's going to go sulk now. Don't do that. Mutton chops, yes, DC, thank you. I have mutton chops. How many Pasadenas are there? Wikipedia lists 1 in Canada, 1 in Australia, 8 in the United States. Okay. Alright, Liara, see you when I see you. Get the scruffles for us. 8 Pasadenas in the United States. Is that like, just about every town or city has got like a high street? Okay. How do I build a... Oh, are we not paused? I would like to be paused, please. How do I build a train station? Railroad station. Oh, okay. Oh wow, that's going to be bigger than the most of the city. So maybe we... I kind of feel like putting it directly in front of the coal mine makes some kind of sense. Let's put it here. We can connect it to the coal mine and our headquarters. Put it there. Okay. Have I done what you were instructing me to do? Where's the little questy? Oh hey, select a city on a map and build your office. Yeah, close completed objective. Build a railway station. Close completed. Build a second train station in a city with a demand of coal ore. Use a minimap filter to mark a required minimap filter. Oh. Okay. So we can supply to Brian. We can supply to Glendale. In fact, pretty much everybody is demanding coal. So let's just go to Brian. And we might put the train station like there. Okay, time to connect your stations with a railroad. To lay tracks, you need to start building from a train station or from an existing railroad, and don't forget about signals to manage your train traffic. Connect the stations of Pasadena and Bryan. Okay. Where's Pasadena gone? There it is. So how do we do that? Add a track. No, it's already got a track. How do we do that? Hello? How do we do that? Ah, right. Here we go. Springfield, oh my goodness. This is in a snowy area, most likely the one in Canada. I think it did tell us where we were, but I can't remember what it said. There are 8 Springfields in Australia. Pasadena means valley in the language of a certain Native American group, mainly found north of the Great Lakes. Okay. Yep. Shanasum, hello, says good dooming, Mana Doom and Doomsea and One Doomerer and Doom Tractor and Doom Liara and Oak Doom and a Doom Tarly and Doom Nox and Doomkin Garland and Firefly Doom and Tux and Doom Fair. There is a Brian in proximity to the Pasadena in Texas. There you go. Doomed to meet you. Exactly. All right. Track building tools. Enable a parallel railroad snap. Hold Alt. Keep railroad direction. Hold Shift. Show grid and snap to cells. Snap railroad to a fixed 90 or 45 degree angle. Show the direction. Semaphores auto placing. Two-way signals let locomotives use a track in both directions. Side of the track defines either locomotive. Side of the track defines whether, right, typo, whether locomotive will react on a signal or not. A one-way signal sets track usage in only one direction. Side of the track defines what direction is allowed by a signal. Current road height level, higher or lower. Okay. So how do I... So we grab, do we? Aha! Okay. Because we want that to go and connect in here like this. Is that a nice, neat line? Yeah, that looks alright. Let's do that. Although it's kind of... Oh, it's kind of interfering with the road there. I think we're going to demolish somebody's house right now. Sorry. Sorry. Wow, that's expensive. Yep, we just demolished a house. I'm sorry. Are these people saying everyone drives on the left? I don't think it said which way they drive on at all, actually. So we've built a railroad. To buy a locomotive, you'll first need a train depot. My goodness me, we need so many things. This is a special facility that can be added to any of your train stations. Locomotives can only be purchased at stations with a train depot installed. Install the train depot in one of your stations. Well, I think we should have it in Pasadena, right? So where do we get a train depot from? How do we add a new facility? Train depot, here we go. Necessary for the purchase of locomotives. Requires 3 space and it costs 125,000 money. Everything is ready to start your transport business except one. You need a train. First, you need to purchase a locomotive at a train station with a depot. Then you will be able to set up a train route and earn your first money. Important! Nobody gives you commodities for free. Take into consideration that when you load commodities into the train, you pay money for them. When you unload commodities, you earn money. Buy locomotive. We can purchase the 080 Memnon for 8,600 money. It has a top speed of 45 miles per hour and it has a maximum pulling mass of 110 tons. Tech details. Oh, look, we can see it! No dooms, or you said you were tramming, Napsa. You said you weren't here. Alright. It costs $685 a month to maintain. It's a steam engine. What is this? Max mileage is the travel distance for the locomotive to reach 0% under rated conditions. Okay, so that's the maximum rail line between maintenance places or something? Mean mileage to failure is the rated travel distance for a locomotive before the locomotive will fail with a 95% probability. Okay, so 720 miles is the maximum we want it to go. Reliability rating of a locomotive shows average chance of faultless operation of a locomotive within the entire rated mileage range. These are all concepts that don't mean much to me. Amount of days a locomotive can operate until it reaches a condition of 0%. Condition decreased by age cannot be restored during maintenance in a train station repair shop. Okay, so over its life it will reduce in maximum condition. Fair enough. A minimum amount charged every time this locomotive is entering a train station repair shop for maintenance. Okay, so it costs us $85 every time we say, can somebody please fix my train? Excuse me. Oh, my sit-stand desk has decided not to work again. And I don't know why it's doing that. It did it once before and we didn't know why it did that either. A 080 has meaning the number of wheels. I don't understand. I mean, I understand that it means the number of wheels, but the number of wheels what? We got 0 wheels on a cart? That doesn't make sense. What does this mean? Ah, there we go. Turn it off and then on again, and it works. Amazing. Are all the trains purple yet? Give it a moment, it will be purple. 0 4 wheels, 8 tractive wheels, no rear wheel? Guide wheels. Guide wheels. So if it had guide wheels, where would they go? Like on the ram or something? Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, now you're all coming up with different explanations. Fuel conversion efficiency shows fraction of fuel chemical electrical energy converted into engine mechanical engine, which is used to propel a train. The fraction of fuel chemical / electrical energy converted into engine mechanical energy, which is used to propel a train. What? So 0.039 fuel equals 1 mechanical energy? Is that what that means? Tractive effort is the pulling capacity of a train, which determines how much force the locomotive can exert on the train tracks. At maximum velocity, the force of the resistance is equal to the tractive effort. To increase acceleration, locomotives have an increased maximum tractive effort, which they can maintain for some time before overheating. This is the value on display. Okay. Power is the amount of work done per unit of time. Locomotive work consists of moving carriages. To move a carriage, a locomotive needs to produce tractive effort. Since carriages oppose the movement and want to be stationary, the heavier, the longer and the older the carriage, the less it wants to be moved, requiring a greater effort to be applied. That makes sense. Shows the rate of change. Yeah, I know what acceleration means. Potential stop. Yeah, that makes sense. Guide wheels are much smaller and not powered by the engine. Keep the train on track. That makes sense. Good morning, Mastani. Sounds like a lot of maths. It does. It does indeed. Oh yeah, don't forget about the giveaway, chat. I think many of the regulars have already entered, but if you have not, don't forget you can do so. Oh, look, it's got more. Speed on slope. Oh, we got graphs. We get graphs. Speed on radius. I don't know what that means. Maximum speed that can be achieved by a train loaded with a certain cargo weight on certain road radius. 0 slope. Well, certain. Well, that's very clear. The wear-out coefficient with a certain cargo weight and speed. Certain. We get graphs! Chat! Alright. So that's the only train we can buy, so we're going to be buying it. Graphs, exactly. Start making money by transporting and selling coal ore to other cities. Arrange your train's route between 2 cities, add 2 waypoints, and instruct the train to load coal ore from the seller in Pasadena and unload to the buyer in Bryan. Each time you load goods, you are actually making a purchase. By unloading goods, you're selling it to the buyer. Gain 250,000 money of profit by selling coal ore. Okay. So at Pasadena, you are loading coal. Save. And then, excuse me. Oh, here we go. And then at Bryan, you are unloading coal. How do I tell you to unload coal? Coal. We can pick up iron ore and take that somewhere else, but I'm guessing we can't do that yet. We need to follow the instructions in the tutorial. However, I don't want it returning to Pasadena empty. What does Pasadena need? Nothing. Pasadena doesn't want anything. Okay. Look, we've got a train! Chat! Can we follow? Can we follow the train? Can we say follow? 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 Focus! Done that, and we've done that. Yeah, you got 10 entries because you have a subscription. Templar Syrinx, hello! You expect I have not sampled this nation of nerddom, but there are people who take their train games incredibly seriously. Oh, I know. I am aware. And I'm not going to take it seriously, but there is only so far I'm going to be able to understand it before I start getting confused. This is not my arena. Reminds you a bit of Mashinki. Can I still follow this? I can still follow the train, but zoom out a bit more. That's nice. So Brian wants wood and a grain as well, and they are offering iron. Wow, that's going to take a long time to earn 250,000. Who is looking for iron ore? Glendale is looking for iron ore. Do you think I can jump ahead? Can I jump ahead and build a train station over here? Let's build a train station at the steel mill. Actually, let's build it facing this way. No, you won't let me. Okay. Or maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll build it there. And we will, no. We will add a track from here to Brian. We can't afford to do that. Okay, can we afford to add it to Pasadena? It's a kind of an awkward track. Oh, it's actually not too bad, is it? It's only 195 because we're not going across this mountain. Let's do that. You could add a few more than one. Oh, that's true. We could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Kitty he keeps moving. Okay, so how do we get back to our train? Here it is. Cargo. We've got 2 carriages. Can we add more carriages? It's already needing maintenance. How do we get it maintenance? So at Brian, I want you to pick up 4. And I want you to take it to Glendale and unload. City Hall is going to pay 6,440 for 15 tons of coal. The steel mill will pay quite a lot more. Oh, that's for 27 tons. Why can't you tell me how much they're paying per ton? But they're still paying quite a lot more, so we will deliver it to the steel mill. So it's going on a kind of a roundabout route. It's going from Pasadena to Bryan to Glendale, back to Pasadena, which means it's coming back to Pasadena from Glendale empty-handed. But Pasadena doesn't want anything, so that's kind of awkward. It does say to earn it on coal ore, so I wonder whether, like, if we earn anything transporting the iron, is that going to be counted? Don't know. Is there any sort of default passenger demand? I don't know. I do not know. But I can't see a way to add schedule a replacement. I don't see a way to add more carriages. I can make it purple. Okay, I can make the tag color purple. Regular maintenance at 70%. We're nearly at. But yeah, I don't actually see how we add more wagons. And why are my railroad stations blue? Can I change that? I don't want them to be blue. So contracts offered by local businesses: deliver grain to City Hall in Miami Gardens, deliver wood to City Hall in Glendale, deliver coal ore to City Hall in Murfreesboro, deliver coal ore to City Hall in... We don't have stations in any of those places. Hire staff to your office departments and check on your current employees. Oh, it hasn't told us anything about this stuff. Click on the coal icon several times when setting up the contract. Oh! I see. Wait, where's the... No, I told you to take the iron to Glendale. Why aren't you taking the iron to Glendale? Oh, hang on, not coal. Iron. Yeah, so 6 coal from Pasadena, drop it off at Bryan, pick up 4 iron and take it to Glendale. Save. Okay, thank you, Mustani. I did not realise it would do that. I didn't realise that was how that worked, is what I meant. A local entrepreneur, Mr. Wesley, has invested in a pottery factory at Glendale. He's asking you to deliver coal ore as well as any other raw materials required to launch the production. As a reward, Mr. Wesley will pay you $100,000 money as soon as his facility starts producing the end product. Start unloading coal ore to Pottery Factory Glendale. Check if other commodities are necessary to launch the production. Okay. So that means we can then go back to Pasadena and load more coal? Or will it do that anyway because it's passing through Pasadena? Reorder waypoint. No, so Pasadena to Bryan, Bryan to Pasadena to pick up more coal. No, that doesn't work because we're carrying too much iron. Pottery factory wants coal and clay. We don't yet know anything about clay. Clay can be obtained from Port Orange. We don't really have the money to set up another station at Port Orange. The train no doubt does need maintenance and should hopefully stop for that at Pasadena, because it should automatically do it at 70%. Or do we not have a repair depot here? Like, is that a thing? We need to... No, I said no. Go away. Add a new facility. Ah, we actually do need to have... Okay, so we'll set up a repair shop. And hopefully the train will now stop for maintenance when it gets back here. I've never played games like this, as you probably will realise. This is not a game genre with which I am very familiar. No, it hasn't stopped for repairs. So what's the 70%? Once the locomotive's condition drops below this rate, we'll visit a repair shop if this is installed in a train station. Make sure stations on the route have a repair shop facility. Well, I just put one in, why didn't it stop? Do I have to staff it? Do we not have enough space? Is that what that means? How do I increase the space? Space is required. Upgraded stations. Oh, how do I upgrade the station? Don't add track, increase space for station facilities and add an extra track. Building space goes from 5 to 10 and we get, okay, so upgrade, and now we have our repair shop. Okay. So does that mean I should probably put a repair shop on over here? Like, should I have a repair shop in multiple locations? I feel like that would be advantageous, but I'm also spending all the money. Anyway, there's a repair shop there now. No, the tracks are joined. The tracks are joined, so this one comes in on this side of the station and this one goes out on the other side of the station. But now we've got a second track, so we could set up another route. Like, we could set up a route now between Pasadena and Port Orange. So Port Orange is also wanting coal and is offering clay. So we could buy a second train and set up a second track that does this loop. Port Orange, Glendale, Pasadena. I guess. So, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm happy to just make it up.
Did you hear about the guy who collapsed trying to climb Mount Everest? Authorities just found Himalayan there.
David, you messed that up so badly. Like, that text-to-speech read Himalayan so badly that I did not understand the joke. I had to go and read it for myself. How did you mess up Himalayan so badly? Like, it's a noun. Have we not trained these text-to-speech things on you know, common noun words, like, you know, geographic location nouns? Apparently not. Thank you very much for the biddies, Wanderer. Even if David has completely betrayed all of your trust. I kind of want the train track to go. Why can't the train track go that way? Because there's no... Oh, because I have to... Right, I have to put it within the town's boundaries. Okay. Well, let's build it that way. And we'll attach a track. Hello? Oh, right, I need to select the track. Come on, camera, come work with me here. Track. Very expensive. And then you go to... Ah! Well. That's problematical. Can I bring it in underneath? Can I... No. Can I bring it to there and then... No. Can we move this? Can we move something? Like, how do we... This does not work. This does not work. We could demolish it, but not while there's a train inside, for 15,000, and then we would have to rebuild it. Pottery Factory, you have betrayed me. Your location is extraordinarily inconvenient for me. You thought the second line was the repair workshop? No. So it's when you upgrade the station, you add a track and add building space at the same time. So we doubled our building space and added an additional train track. Okay, so this is going to be very expensive. This pottery factory is a problem. Yeah, we've got a repair shop, we're fine. I just have to wait for the train to get into the station so I can demolish this train track and rebuild it at the new train station, because the pottery shop located itself in the most inconvenient place it could possibly have come up with. What do you call it when you're missing 25% of your roof? Oof! Okay, pause. Scrap the rail. Build it again. That was a very expensive pottery shop issue. That's all I can say. Oh, do you know what, Pottery Factory? You're gone. I'm sorry, but you are just extraordinarily inconvenient, and I am not paying to redo that all again. Bye! I guess we failed that quest. I have to admit that I'm actually a little bit cross about that. In the sense of the game allowed this pottery factory to build itself in such a way as to obstruct the train station from being in any way useful. I feel like maybe that's a thing they could have programmed around so that didn't happen. But anyway, maybe they just want that challenge. As the head of the Investors Supervisor Board, let me inform you about the following. The board has noticed a low money balance of the company and has initiated an urgent money transfer to support operational stability and current activity. The amount of external extra investment is $350,000. Let me remind you that if the company's money balance becomes negative, the company will go bankrupt. Take this notice seriously. Some games allow you to move your train station, doesn't. No, I think this is like trying to be a bit more realistic. But like the pottery factory, I destroyed it and it just rebuilt over here. So it would have been cheaper if I had known that that was possible in the first place. I don't know. I either wish it hadn't allowed that to happen, or when I was trying to connect a rail track here, I would have liked it to have told me that the pottery factory would just relocate itself if I destroyed it. Where's the information? I guess you're supposed to just play and see what happens. But has that ruined our route information? No, so we're still taking coal from Pasadena to Bryan and then taking iron from Bryan to Glendale. Okay. Can I buy a second locomotive? I can. Same one though. Okay. So this one, I want it to load coal at Pasadena. No, I don't want it to do that at all. I want it to load 3 units of coal at Pasadena. Then I want it to go to Port Orange. City Hall also wants coal. Okay, so Pasadena can take 6 units of coal, deliver 3 of them at Port Orange, and pick up 3 units of clay? No, clay is heavier. Okay, 2 units of clay. And then go to Glendale and unload 3 units of clay, of coal, and 2 units of clay. But then Glendale to Pasadena is an empty trip. But Glendale's not offering anything Pasadena wants. So, okay. Can we name our trains something more exciting than T1 and T2? Can I give you a name? No? T1 and T2? That's a bit dull. Why can't I have Thomas and Betty and stuff? The train has had maintenance, but I think this one no longer has. Yeah, this one no longer has a repair shop because we demolished the station. So put another one in, and now we just have no money. So we're just gonna let it go at double speed, and we'll watch our little trains run around and see how we do. The roof is on fire. A credit rating of Northern Railroad's has been changed from BB to BBB. That's nice, but doesn't actually mean anything to me. What is BBB supposed to mean? I don't know what that means. Is 2Bs better than 3Bs, or is it worse? I literally have no idea what that means. Choo-choo! Exactly. We are making a loss. Currently losing 16,299 money in the last report, but we spent a lot. We've had to construct railroads and bridges. We have 4 railway stations. Total assets. Okay, so assets and liabilities are equal, so that's good. Our balance sheet is balanced. How much are the commodities costing? Okay, so we are making a profit on the commodities. But we're losing a lot in building, train depreciation, fuel, repair, and upgrade. Like, this is costing us. I don't know that we can actually make a profit on this raw materials with all of these upkeep costs. But we are making a profit on the commodities themselves. I do not wish to be Morris McGee. Why can't I choose who I am? Your balance sheet's not balanced, it's all on one side. Yes. Yes. But our total assets and our total liabilities are the same. So it is balanced. I'm intrigued that it's saying no assets and no liabilities. Oh, this is 18, this is last year, and this is this year. Okay. I was going to say, we've got like buildings and trains and all sorts of things now. Okay. Oh, we just earned a bunch of money because we got that 100,000 from the pottery place. Okay. Start making money by transporting and selling pottery to other cities. Now, since Pottery Factory Glendale is running and producing pottery, we can start making money on this commodity. Gain 500,000 profit by selling pottery. Okay, well, who wants pottery? Because I can't afford to build any more stations right now. The nearest stations, places that are buying pottery, is Shawnee or Egan. Oh, Egan produced glass, which would mean another station and another track. So we might just let this run a little bit until our financial situation looks a bit more healthy. You're reading that BB is higher risk than BBB. That would make sense. I would expect our rating to go down. I just am intrigued that the game just popped that up with no explanation, and we actually can't find, like, that notice isn't anywhere unless it's in here. No? It just kind of popped up here and we can't see a history, like it's not in the reports or anything. It's just there. So how do we make use of these things? Allows the company to conduct various researches to improve existing locomotives or develop brand new ones. The financial department allows the company to issue bonds and take loans. The trading department staff may negotiate discounts for different types of goods. Lobbying department allows the company to lobby laws in settlements to benefit the company. Geology department allows the company to obtain land rights, explore land plots for various resources, and establish new settlements in case something is discovered. Damn. Okay, so how do we get a research department? Your research department is not installed. Please download it from openofficeai.apache.net. Service, okay, research projects. Each research requires time and a budget to be started. These values can be modified by skills of hired personnel. Easy projects require at least one level 1 scientist. Medium difficulty projects require at least one level 2 scientist. And hard projects require at least one level 3 scientist. To operate this department, you need to hire scientists on the labour market. These specialists may study different projects if their qualification meets the research requirements. Scientists may have different positive and negative skills. Some of the skills are active permanently, and some are effective only during working on a project. After each completed project, scientists will need some rest. Specialists cannot be fired if they are resting or working on a project. So you can only fire them if they are idle. Okay. You can hire level 1 scientists and run easy difficulty research projects. Level 2, you can hire level 2. Yeah, fair enough. Level 1, set up and upgrade. It costs 180,000, uses 60 square meters of the office. Level 2 costs 200,000 and requires 50 square meters, and level 3 is... Okay. Well, let's install a research apartment. We can't really afford it, but let's do it anyway. So, what do we want to learn? What do we want to research? Rated power? Oh, we don't actually get any information about what this means. Service life. Fuel conversion efficiency. Repairability. Reduces the maintenance cost and increases the mileage. There we go, it does tell me, okay. Increases power by 10%, increases tractive effort by 12, increases max speed by 5, increases the service life by 1,500, presumably that is days. Engine efficiency plus 10%. Let's research engine efficiency, sure. Select staff. We don't have any staff. Job applicants. Michael Vincent would like to be a scientist with us. He costs 2,418 per month. Wait, isn't this set in like the 19th century or something? Oh, Tux is kind of in the way there. Let's put him over there. First salary is paid as soon as he's hired. Well, he's our only relevant specialist applicant, so sure. Start the research. Lovely. That's exciting, isn't it? Alright, a new delivery contract in North Las Vegas. Mr. Abner Phillips is planning to start a big construction in North Las Vegas, so he's announcing a contract for brick delivery. The contract value is high since there is no brick production in the region. You'll have to invest in brickworks first and then organise the delivery of raw materials and actually deliver ready-made bricks to Mr. Phillips' brick warehouse. So where is Las Vegas on this map? Geology exploration. One more thing. To produce bricks, we will need quartz. Since there's no quartz mining in the region, we'll have to set up our own harvesting. To do this, it is necessary to install a geology department in our office, hire necessary staff, and start exploring the region plot by plot. Once necessary deposits are found, we will be able to build our own quartz quarry and start mining. Okay, except that Egan has a glassworks and consumes quartz, so there's obviously quartz somewhere. T1 got a minor malfunction. Wait, does Pasadena not have... Yeah, it has a repair depot. There's a repair shop. Why didn't it stop for repairs? Don't know. This one's got a repair shop, so it will stop at Glendale, I think. Where's T2? What happened to T2? Where's our T2 train? 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 Where are you? Excuse me? Oh, that was weird. Why couldn't we see it? It only stops for repairs if they stop for deliveries. It should be stopping for deliveries at Glendale. Isn't it? Yeah, there we go. See? It repaired. Geology department is for problem for yeah, I kind of anticipated the... Jumped ahead of the tutorial. I should know better than to do that. I really should. Okay, so how much is a geology department going to cost us? The map is divided into plots of land. Depending on the landscape, each plot has a different complexity. This influences the time and money that needs to be spent to do the geology research. More complex plots require a more skilled specialist. The geology team cannot be sent to plots of land marked in red due to its high complexity or unreachability and are thus unable to be studied. Okay. To operate this department, you need to hire geologists on the labour market. These specialists may study soil to find natural minerals. More complex search locations require a more skilled geologist. Geologists may have different positive and negative skills. Some of the skills are active permanent. Yes, we read that before. Okay, 135 money. I guess we should research here. You want 3 staff? I can't afford 3. Well, we've only got 1 that we can hire anyway. Active abilities, geology exploration time, geology exploration cost, both reduced. Very nice. Hire and assign. Now we have Silas Pope. I don't want you. You increase the cost. How do I make you go away? I don't want you. I don't want you at all. Go away. Go away. How do I get better staff? Staff. Job applicants. Geologist. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. Go away. Go away. Do I seriously not get any other options until I hire this one? I don't want this one. He's no good. Hey, Galactic! Says, okay, bye. No, this side of... Okay, I guess I don't... There's not actually job applicants plural. There's 1. And you have to take what you're given, apparently. How you doing, Galactic? I didn't want you, Silas Pope. I need a new job applicant, please. Excuse me. No new job applicant. Why do I need 3 to get started? Can you just do anyway? Can you just go anyway? Ugh. Ugh. That's poopy. In order to stay in business and develop fast, it's necessary to invest in research. Yes. I already did that. I jumped the gun. I can fire him, yeah, but I don't have any other geologists that are available. But yeah, I don't want you, Silas Pope. I guess we'll just wait. We are paused, or we were paused. Maybe we have to wait for more job applicants. Oh, you've already done fuel conversion efficiency. Very nice. What do we want to do next? Oh, we have to research match speed in order to unlock another automotive. So let's do that. Early part of the game seems to be totally on rails. Is it Ruby on rails? Where's that saying even from? Jumped the gun. It's actually a bit weird when you think about it. No, it's from athletics. It means you started running before the starter pistol went off. I made a pun. I was just continuing Oak Tree's pun. Is there a PR research? What is a PR research? Is this going to be PIP related? There's no job applicants. Well, I can't do the geological exploration if you don't give me the why do I need 3 staff? I just want... Can I find one that doesn't require 3 staff? Can I find any at all that only requires 1? No, the minimum I've got is 2. We can explore this site with 2. But we don't have 2. Ah, Dwight! Dwight, geology... Yes, let's have Dwight. Off you go. Go and explore that quadrant. Lovely. Lovely. Oh, public relations. Oh, PR. Right. Yes. Yes. I see. My brain decided to go to bed, apparently, because that was really obvious. I'm a numpty. Numpty. Why is this red? These are green. This is red. Why is this red? Oh, because it's just there's 2 and one's behind the other. Okay. Assembling a future university geology department staff, exactly. Did Manaway not hear us when we were talking about jumping the gun? There are so many phrases that seem to make no sense at all until you actually look into where they come from, and then you're like, oh, that makes sense, I just didn't have context. Okay, we have researched max speed. Let's research repairability, because these other things require more scientists than we have. So we'll just continue with the 1 for now. Like no galactic, bad galactic, yeah, context. Cicero now demands passengers, Cicero now demands glass, Cicero now supplies passengers. Where is Cicero? Credit rating has been changed from A to triple B. Wait, when did we go to A? And where is this? What is Cicero? Ah, logging down here. Okay. So we can do passenger trains now. But we're still losing money like it's going out of style. Yeah, like our loss is just increasing. I like this music. It's very chill. Your mind was completely stuck on the weapon aspect of gun. Ah, yeah. No, you gotta know the context. You gotta know the originating circumstances, I guess. But yeah, it's from the starter pistols for athletics racing and anything else that starter pistols are used for, I guess. We're getting close to completing this 250,000 on coal ore, but we're not transporting pottery. Where can we sell pottery? We can sell pottery here. Shawnee. So Brian, what is Brian wanting? Brian wants logs or coal and grain. Shawnee is supplying mail and passengers. We don't have a passenger train. But, oh, hang on a sec. Shawnee has a coal mine. Why are you wanting coal if you have a coal mine? It's very strange. Okay, so at the moment, our train, the T1 train, is picking up coal in Pasadena, taking it to Bryan, and picking up iron ore and taking it to Glendale via Pasadena, because building the train tracks the other way around was going to go through the mountain and cost us a mint. So how can we get Oshery into that loop? We really will need a line going. So this train station is going to need an additional track. And that track is going to have to go no, you won't. Why won't you go over? You won't go over? I can't go over this track? Okay, can I change the connection points in these? Can I say I want this track to go? I'd have to rebuild it. I can't just say, can you please go to this one here? That's kind of crappy, but okay. Let's grab this track. This is going to cost me more money than it should. Connect from there into this line. And then I want to bring a train track there. And then there. And then right, I need to put a train station at Shawnee. So let's put you there. Oh look, head of the Investors' Supervisory Board has sent me money again. So apparently I can just keep spending money. I suspect that that's probably because I'm on like the sandbox tutorial mode and not because that's a normal state of affairs. No, I want you to... Ah! Why on earth would I want you to come in from the bottom? There. Right. Oh, that is expensive. And then we can connect from Shawnee. Excuse me, where's the doodad? There it is. To the north side of Bryan. Confirm. Okay, so now I want to change the route that T1 is on. Time to sit for a bit and recover some funds rather than build or hire more. Probably, and yet I did not. Can you rename the cities? Ah, that's a good question. So far I haven't been able to rename anything at all. Can you put a junction in the track? Not that I've noticed. We can just build tracks. That seems to be all we can do. You went to get your hair cut, Liara? The hairdresser recommended a few centimetres taken off for maintenance. You get it done. You say take a bit more off, take some more off. You think Mum will be happy with 5 centimetres of hair. You get home, she says, you could have taken some more off. Hairdresser even said, "Are you sure?" I got to tell you a story. When I moved up here, and I got used to the new climate and decided, because I used to have, my hair used to be like down to the middle of my back, and hang on, I want them to unload the iron. Oh, they're not unloading the iron here. They're unloading it at Brian. No, they are unloading it. No, they're unloading it at Glendale, right. I went to my hairdresser and I was like, it's too hot, it's too sticky, I want to go really short. And she did not want to do it. She did not want to do it. Like, she was only just out of her apprenticeship and she was just so terrified that she would cut my hair super, super short and I wouldn't like it. I'm like, look, it's hair. If I don't like it, it'll grow back. It's not a problem. Just cut my hair off. And even then she still cut it slightly longer than I had been thinking. Ad Stellarum, hello! Oh, we've just gone into ad break. Profit goal on selling coal ore has been achieved. We've earned enough by transporting and selling coal ore from our hometown. Now let's focus on investing and expanding our railroad network and transporting and selling more commodities to other cities. Was I supposed to literally just sit here and watch the coal go back and forth until we hit 250? Because I definitely didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that. I just want T1 to get to Glendale and unload its iron, because then I am going to... Actually, I can remove Pasadena, and I can remove this, and I can remove this. Actually, you're going to Glendale. I can just remove Brian. There we go. Save. Tell Mum it was 4 months worth of hair growth. You've had to reassure hairdressers that you've had your hair very short before. Yeah, they do not like you making dramatic changes, do they? I mean, she's used to it now. In fact, my hairdresser has left the hairdresser place, so I'll be seeing one of the more experienced hairdressers when I go in there next. But yeah, it was just really funny. I had to convince, and then I've been seeing her for years now. That was like the first or second time I went in there, and after that she just learnt that no, really. Okay, I now have an idle train. So we need to build the route again. You are picking up from Glendale as much pottery as you can carry, which is that much. You are going to Shawnee, and you are going to drop off pottery. Can I pick up passengers at Shawnee? Can I drop it off at Brian? Does Brian allow passengers? No. Does Pasadena allow passengers? No. Okay. Okay, so I don't want you picking up passengers. We've got nowhere to take you. So you're just going to have to drop off the pottery. And then go empty-handed to Brian. No. You can pick up coal at Shawnee. Drop that off at Brian. Pick up iron. And drop that off at Glendale, which means we're not going to Pasadena at all. Oh, hang on. That's the loop again. So we want to drop off the iron back at Glendale. Okay, so we are selling iron to the steelworks and picking up the pottery. We're taking the pottery over to Shawnee, selling the pottery, buying coal, going to Bryan and selling the coal, picking up the iron, bypassing Pasadena, going back to Glendale. Okay. Do it. Now, what's T2's route? T is loading coal at Pasadena, taking half of it to Port Orange, picking up a couple of units of clay, and then dropping the rest of the coal and the clay at Glendale. And you're not bringing anything to Pasadena from Glendale because Pasadena doesn't actually want anything that is being offered by Glendale or Port Orange. Okay. At the time, you're only cutting it after many years from long to short. You now keep it short and you have shaved sides. Yeah, ever since I moved here, through summer especially, I do not want long hair in summer. All right, we have researched repairability. We need 3 scientists to research this Patterson. I don't want to hire 3 scientists right now, so let's... Are you, like, gaining experience points or something? Do you ever go up a level? Doesn't look like you do. How do we... Pause, please. How do we improve our employees? We can't. So they never improve? Really? That seems a bit odd. Yeah, it's picking up the coal at Pasadena. Yeah. Is our geologist department doing anything? You found iron ore. Do we want to set up production? We don't want to set up production for iron. We want to Leander Rollins. You're not a bad hire either. So let's do that. Let's do the plot that we are on. Because the quest is for quartz to build a brickworks. Okay. Look at that money! Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay. So I need to stop spending money. This is a game where I need to be better about just waiting. I hate games where I have to be better about waiting. I'm not good at waiting. You have Tim Tams, Liara. That's just mean. T1 is selling coal. See, T1 is selling coal from Shawnee to Bryan, though. And the Glendale pottery needs coal and clay. So it doesn't make sense to have the T1 taking coal from Pasadena to Glendale when Port Orange is also buying coal. So T2 is taking 6 units of coal, selling half of it to Port Orange and picking up some clay, and selling the coal and clay to the pottery factory here. Although, are you selling all of it to the pottery factory, or are you selling some of it to the steel mill? And maybe you should sell one of those units to the steel mill, actually. Although the pottery factory is paying more. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, sell it to the steel mill instead. T2 is moving clay. Manaway, this is what I'm saying. The T2 is doing clay and coal. That's all it's doing. It's doing this loop. Coal, 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 clay, clay. That's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. Port Orange wants coal, wood, and grain. And nobody so far that we have a network at is selling grain or wood. A lot of people want grain and wood on our route, actually. So if we could find somebody who was selling it, that would be great. Ooh, Euless has a whiskey distillery. Nice. So wood, we've got Cicero, which is both selling and buying wood. That's interesting. We've got Carrollton, which is both selling and buying wood. Or we've got Arvada, which is both selling and buying wood. Wood would be really lucrative if we could set that up ourselves. Well, maybe not lucrative, but certainly there's a lot of demand for it. Grain. San Mateo is selling grain. And Santa Cruz is selling grain. But they don't want anything. Neither of them want anything. They're selling grain, but they don't want anything. So building a train station there doesn't make any sense. Huntington Park is both selling and buying grain, and also buying wood and lumber. But there's also passengers. So Glendale. Passengers can get on and off at Glendale and can get on and off at Shawnee. Ooh, can we fit passengers onto our T1 loop? Overloaded by 10 tons. Okay, so what if we take 3 pottery? Train will be overloaded by 8 tons with coal ore. What? What? No, it won't have coal ore at Glendale. What are you talking about? Oh, because I haven't unloaded the passengers yet. I haven't unloaded the passengers yet. I see. So we could take 3 lots of pottery and 1 round of... Let's do that, and I want to see how much the passengers will pay. But yeah, so that's the challenge, Manaway, is trying to find routes that pick up things that are wanted by the places further down the route, which is why we're taking a double load of coal from Pasadena, because otherwise we've got nothing to sell at Port Orange. And we needed to get both clay and coal to the Glendale Pottery Factory. You must have missed something. What do you mean? Oh, I'm making perfect sense. Oh, probably not. That's almost definitely not true. That is almost definitely not true. Let's do the last one we have access to that we can do with a single staff person. Not that we can really afford to do that. Oh, we've got a bit more money now. Where did we make this money from? Okay, we're doing a bit better here. Our loss is less than it was. Still haven't found quartz. Could you guys find me some quartz, please? So how do I see how much the passengers are paying? Deliver paper, deliver glass, deliver wood to Glendale. Coal to City Hall, Glendale. Oh, we're not taking any to City Hall, are we? Maybe we should. No, I'm doing 2 to... There you go. Take it to City Hall instead of the steel mill. And, how do I... Oh, we can't take contracts because we don't have a trading department. Oh, okay. Well. There's my train. We'll put you back to the steel mill for the next loop round. So if we want to take any of these contracts, we need a trading department. But honestly, we can't meet most of these. Although we are already delivering coal ore to the pottery factory, so that it might be worth it. T2 cannot find a path to the destination. What? What are you talking about? What on earth are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't understand. What do you mean you can't find... What do you mean you can't find a way? What does this mean? This doesn't make sense. I haven't changed anything? Why are you saying you can't find a path to the destination? I'm very confused. What did I do? What's changed? Oh, nothing has... I don't understand. I do not understand. Is this because you were still in the station when I changed your route? Is that the problem? Game, you're being extremely uninformative. I don't understand what this means. Why was the semaphore turned off? Why are both the semaphores turned off? Did that fix it? P2 cannot... I don't understand. It's been doing this loop just fine this whole time. Why is it suddenly saying that it can't do it? Okay. Pasadena. Port Orange. Glendale. I don't understand. I do not understand. I haven't changed the route. I haven't changed anything. I don't understand. 2 trains going opposite direction on the same route. Yeah, that's what the semaphores are supposed to do. Why were they deactivated? They're all deactivated. I don't understand. I'm very, very confused. I'm sufficiently confused at this point that I'm tempted to go on break early and switch games, because why are all the semaphores on all of the stations turned off? Why would you want that? That doesn't make any sense to me. They're on automatic. I had them set up to do things automatically, so why are they off? I don't understand at all what's going on right now. You're on. You're on. Why are these all deactivated? I didn't deactivate these. And why can't I just say activate all of them? Like, is that a thing I can do? How do I do that? No, they're just randomly off for no apparent reason? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on in this game right now. Like, that was an option when we built the tracks, and we said do the semaphores automatically. So why? I feel like maybe this is an aspect of you don't play this genre of games enough and you don't understand how they work. Because it's either that or it's this game is not communicating clearly, because T2 can't find a route to its destination is the least useful error message. It's so... what does that mean? What does that even mean? This doesn't make any sense. Skip. 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 What? Yep. So we're done. That was fun. Right up until it stopped working with absolutely no useful information as to why. Thumbs up. Is there any... Is there like a help? I'm really annoyed by that because I was having fun. I wanna... Train is waiting for a free track, so give it a free fucking track? Why is there no free track? T1 is all the way over here. T1 is all the way over here at Bryan. T2 could have got from Glendale to Pasadena about 14 times over. So, why? Why? I don't understand at all what has suddenly happened here. I don't understand, and it's actually pissing me off now. So I think we're done with this game for now. You can think of a less useful error message. Something has gone wrong. Yeah, no, it's two-way. It's all two-way. Semaphore is active 2 ways. Side of the track defines whether the locomotive will react on a signal or not. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand what that means. I do not understand what that means at all. And it's really unclear as to which one is which. Right, so this is saying this way no. But I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Like, isn't the whole point of these signals that they change depending on what is needed? No, it's still saying that it can't. I don't get it. I don't understand. So I'm just gonna go to I'm gonna go feed Tux early, and we'll switch over to Everwind, because if I don't understand what's causing a problem, I can't fix the problem. And cannot find a path to the destination, is waiting for free track. Clearly, that's not helpful, because I just told all of the semaphores for the green to be active on the go this way, and it had no effect at all. So I don't understand. I don't understand at all. And I can't seem to change them either. Like, this one's got green and green, green and green. Why is this one red, and how do I make it not red? Or is that why these station semaphores were deactive? Because they don't... Do I not need this? Like, why is this red, and how do I make it green? It doesn't seem to be any way to change it. I don't understand it. I do not understand what it's wanting from me here. At all. But, okay, hang on. T1 is going Glendale to Shawnee to Bryan to Glendale, which means it needs to go this way along this route. T2 needs to go this way. So this one needs to switch, or it needs to allow green in, but I don't understand. I don't understand. Scrap the track. Scrap the track. Two ways. Semaphores auto-placing. And now I've got two green. Why? Why? Why was it red before? And why did I have no control over it? There was no way for me to fix it, and yet it doesn't even make any sense that it needed to be fixed, because they've literally been running this route for the entire time we've been playing this game. So I've got to say, chat, I've been really enjoying this game. But if this is the kind of opaque, oh, suddenly everything is fucked system they're communicating with you with, at this point I would actually say I can't recommend it to anybody who isn't interested in delving into that level of detail to try and figure out what the fuck. It ceased to be fun as soon as there was a problem that there did not appear to be any way to solve beyond deleting the track and putting it back down. There did not appear to be any way for me to change it from red to green. Sorry, game devs. Great game. Work on your communication. I at this point no longer am comfortable saying this is a good game, you should buy it. Which is unfortunate, because up until then I was enjoying it quite a lot. but you shouldn't. There actually were a few issues with it. You shouldn't have to demolish and rebuild things at extraordinarily expense to fix some kind of weird bug issue. I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know. I haven't done any research into it. I really don't like wrapping up first looks with a kick in the nuts to either me or to the developers, but this, I mean, you guys, even sitting in chat, you guys who are familiar with these games couldn't tell me what was going on, so yeah, I'm a little disappointed by that. I will eventually move this VOD to YouTube, so if anybody is watching this at a later time and would like to tell me what I missed, please leave a comment and let me know what I missed so that we can maybe come back to this another time and work through it. But as it is, the game does not appear to be giving me either the information I need or the tools I need to address and solve the issue. Such that we had a train sitting in this station for no apparent reason, for an exceedingly long length of time. Where do they turn around? Firefly bug, that seems to be something that is just kind of hand waved. there isn't a turning like mechanism or anything. They just kind of hand wave that, as far as I can tell. But yeah, that's an unfortunate ending to that. I mean, I have now fixed it by putting down a line, but it cost me an extraordinary amount of money, and I should have been able to... Like, why can't I just click on this and change it to red? I don't understand why I couldn't fix the signals. I also don't understand why we've got like green, 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 red. Green, 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 red. Green, green, red. This one. Green, red, red, green. What? Is it fixed though? Well, putting the track back down, we now have green on both sides. In both directions is green. Which is less than ideal, because we do have one train that needs to come this way and one train that needs to go that way. So, okay. So let me clarify. Let me clarify my expectation based on the descriptions given in the game, the tools given in the game, and the tools not given in the game, and the behaviour of the trains on their routes up to this point. My expectation was that while the T1 train had not yet reached Pasadena, and the T2 train was sitting in Glendale wanting to go to Pasadena, my expectation for the semaphore system is that it would send a green signal to the train wanting to travel this way and send a red signal for any trains wanting to travel this way. And so I would expect my T1 train to end up held at Pasadena Station until the T2 train had come all the way down to, had reached Pasadena Station. At which point, this line then becomes available and the semaphore should switch to say the T1 train can now come along this route because the T1 train has cleared it. That is what I expected it to do, given that we don't seem to have the means to set up those kind of systems ourselves. That was my expectation of how that would work. So yeah, there is an explanation if I've missed something, if there was information or tools and I just didn't find it, and you're coming along, later after the fact, please let me know, because that is really perplexing. And it seems like a fairly obvious thing that a game like this would need to have is, signals saying there's a train coming this way, so don't send one that way. And then, the train's cleared this line, so we can accept a train from either end. And as soon as a train entered past this signal, for example, all of the signals for coming in this way should have gone red. Or even beforehand, at the station, the train is like, my route sends me in this direction, so coming this way should be made red. And then when that train's made it to the station, and this one's going, well, I need to go that way now, it should switch. You have a strong suspicion the rails are just divided in chunks between semaphores and they turn red to prevent trains bumping into each other. If there are chain semaphores, it'd be a bit more complicated, but the idea would be similar. You missed most of the game to figure out what it wants, though. Well, the reality is that once they're on this track, they can't go anywhere else. So the semaphore system has to say you cannot even enter this track until the train that's coming this way has exited it. So I would expect it to either put it at a red signal at the station going, no, you may not go down there, or at this station going, no, you may not go up there. Either way, something either doesn't work the way... Like, this is the thing that confuses me, though, is that everything was working fine until I changed... The only thing I changed... was that I told it to, instead of delivering 15 tons of coal to the steel mill, I said deliver it to City Hall instead. That's all I did. That is literally all I changed. And when I did that, it fucked everything. Everything was working right up until then. And at that point it had unloaded all of its coal, so it wasn't even like it was trying to do that. Like, I made that change for the next loop. So saying drop that coal off at City Hall instead of the steel mill on your next loop shouldn't have broken the whole route. I don't understand what happened. And the auto semaphore thing seemed to have been working right up till then, so I don't know. Maybe this is just a game for more aimed at like railroad fans and not casual players going, hey, let's check this out. I don't know. I do not know. But even just clicking on the semaphore and trying to fix it, like there was, all I could do was change which side of the track this signal was located on, and so I tried doing that with the green signal and the red signal to switch them over. It had no effect. So I just don't understand. There's either a bug or there's something fundamental about how this all works that I did not grasp. Not how semaphores in other railroad games work. I believe you, I've never played another railroad game. The only other railroad game I've ever played was the Station to Station demo. And I, in fact, have the Station to Station game. But the Station to Station game is not about building a railroad network. It's about solving logic puzzles via a railroad network. It's not at this level of detail. So yeah, it may simply be that I just don't have the necessary genre convention understanding. Either way, apparently the only way to fix that was to demolish and rebuild the railway track, and that doesn't seem reasonable, which makes me wonder if it might just be a bug that we found. I've got to hope that's the case. And if that is the case, again, if you're watching this on YouTube by any chance, or you somehow stumble across this, or you're sitting in chat right now and you happen to find the answer somewhere else, tell me, because I don't want to say bad things about a game if it's just a bug that they're fixing, or it's a known issue, or I just fundamentally missed something. But as it stands, it's kind of unplayable if your trains won't leave the station. Hi, future YouTube, run! Don't be mean, Galactic. Don't be mean to future YouTube. I don't know that people really watch the VODs on YouTube, it's just there for storage, but, you know, they are there if people want them. Alright. That's enough of that. Let's do an early dinner for Tunks, and then we're going to do a first look at Everwind, which, again, I don't know much about. I know Archplay's stuff has been playing a bit of it and having fun with it. I know you can build, like, transports in the sky and stuff, but I know it's a bit voxely, Minecrafty looking. We'll find out together. we will find out together. Draven, hello, good morning. You're just in time for us to go on an early break. Actually, have you played this game, Draven? I think this is on your list. Yeah, you've got it. Have you played it? Because I don't know whether maybe you haven't covered it yet. Okay. Yeah, we just ran into an issue with the semaphore system that completely broke my route, and I couldn't find any way to fix it. They didn't seem to have given us the tools to control the semaphores ourselves, and I ended up having to delete the whole train line, which... yeah, I don't know. I mean, one of the first reviews I see when I click on show me the reviews is the signalling system is okay once you get the hang of things, but I remain convinced that odd quirks remain. Yeah, I think there's something broken in the signalling system. So yes, sent you the first one a few years back too. Nice. Yeah, well, I was enjoying it. I was enjoying the ideas behind it. I think the only other thing that I felt was slightly unbalanced is the amount things cost versus how much you're able to bring in by transporting the commodities. Like, we were just burning through money just trying to build train stations and train tracks. So having to demolish and rebuild one was... and this is just the sandbox tutorial mode. This isn't even the campaign. I can't imagine that you get $350,000 dropped on your lap when you start running out of money in the campaign. Okay, I am going to take us over to Pixel Maze while I just run off and do an early dinner for Tarks, and we'll switch over to Everwind and have a bit of a run through of that. And we will either play that for the rest of the stream, or we will play that and then we'll play a demo that just dropped for a game that I'm a bit excited to check out. So we'll see how that all plays out.